Alright, so the second game is gonna be played also by me. And it is from 23rd June 2005. So yet again, almost a 13 years old game. Almost 13 years old game, and it's gonna be played by me, playing also Zeus. Yet again, of course, I didn't really play all that much anything else. Rachti is gonna be playing Isis, Koti is gonna be playing Poseidon. Then next Vixenek is gonna be Thor, Rudo, Thor, and Simon says WTF, VTF is gonna be Poseidon. And Simon says VTF is a name that does ring a bell to me as well. I do remember that player. But I really remember only the name. But it really does ring a bell. Rudo doesn't. But of course all the rest I do remember. Vixenek was also a pretty competent player. Pretty competent indeed. And he kinda actually liked playing Zeus rather. So kinda curious to see him play Thor here. That's definitely curious. I'm gonna be also telling you what the ratings were for the players in this game. So I had 1817. Rachti was having 1823. Koti was 1830 back then. Rudo was 1769. Even though for Koti it's not exactly representative too much. Because if I remember correctly, he was already like having long pauses at that time. He was playing a lot more actively before. And he was easily 1900 plus to 2k. He was really good. Then Vixenek is 1849. And Simon says VTF is 1931. So basically the highest rated player in this game. Which might be also the reason why I remember him. That he might be actually involved in some kind of expert discussions on RTS-Sanctuary back then. Might be why I actually remember him. And well, let's see how we are actually gonna be playing. And what kind of mistakes and nonsenses I'm gonna be doing in this game. Because from the description and from my post in there, it's probably not gonna be all that nice. Okay, let's start then. So I'm gonna be playing right now with the Vixenek as Simon says VTF. So what's actually the gods gonna be here? Like, we are the Zeus with Poseidon and Thor. It's actually a pretty good combination, not really bad at all. As the opponents, it's gonna be Koti, he's gonna be playing Poseidon. Then in the pocket it's gonna be Rudo as Thor, and on the right side it's gonna be Isis. Yeah, well, and it seems, oh man, I'm gonna be playing against an Isis. Oh, okay. So right now I'm starting to understand what might be actually my message below the recorded game actually meaning. Because I was really bad against Egyptians, like really bad. Really bad, like 5 or at least 50 points below my actual rating when I was playing against Egyptians. Just significantly disliked it, and I was kind of also more or less lazy to actually play properly against them. That was kind of part of the problem for me. I did have the opportunities, I kind of maybe even did have the skill for that. I just couldn't be bothered to really learn how to play properly. The build orders and the strategies and whatnot. So I basically played as my hands grew on me or whatever like that. And as the game flowed, which of course is another good idea against Egyptians, especially faster heroic and Egyptians. Anyway, I might not come in of course for the hunt. It's gonna be 7 villages really. It seems to be a bit too much at this point. It's really curious why I'm going for so many. Because I should be, if there's hunt, I should be coming for 5. If there's hunt like this that actually fights back, it should be probably 6. It should be probably 6. Right now there's 2. I'm thinking I might have actually forgotten to switch the waypoint, because this really seems weird, those 7. I really don't understand it all that much. And it's gonna be 3 there. Well, I didn't. I really did go for 7 villages on foot, like, why? Because there's plenty of hunt everywhere. You can see even from there's plenty of berries at least, and there's gonna be some kind of extra hunt as well, that we so far don't see. Not much. Not much. But I'm also kinda confused by this number. Let's see actually how this develops. I should be still finishing only on 10. I'm having plenty of food, which I definitely don't need at this point. So there has to be some kind of reason. Maybe the simplest explanation is gonna be true, that it's simply a mistake. But anyway, let's go have a look around a bit, as there's definitely nice gold behind the base for Simon Says. And the TCs of him and me. The back TC seems to be quite nicely positioned. They will be protecting the trade routes and something like that. So I'm kinda happy how it's looking, at least for us at this point, as the front TC right now in there for Simon is also nicely positioned, because it's like quite nicely protecting the way inside our bases. And we can also use this little promontory to wall up, and it should be fairly easy actually for us to somehow deal with the situation in there, as Vixenek is already moving on the left for the hunt, having interest in gold, which might be on first sight looking bad, but it's actually pretty great because there is this huge mountain cliff, which is of course making it quite safe overall, and we are apparently playing on a double gold ghost lake, as one of the mines is gonna be right now in the front and one at the back for the player Simon Says. And you can see that he already did cast exactly what I was saying, that it should be better by basically say in all the games for the Poseidons. He did cast the lure right next to Granary, even though the position of the Granary is kinda more than funny. Kinda more than funny when you look at all of this. Well, 1930 player, still having some idle times, but we are of course in vanilla and not on Titan, so it's slightly harder, but not really that hard overall to be having all of that. Batrachte already moving of course on the right, on the right side, but does he have some kind of nice gold? Yes, he does. So that's definitely a nice spawn for the Egyptian. He's having of course one gold right next to the tower. Secondary gold is gonna be a bit open, so maybe there's gonna be a bit of an issue for him, but otherwise this gold is definitely nice and he should be able to protect it, especially if he's gonna be able to capture the TC for himself. Otherwise behind their bases there's gonna be at least one gold. Well, apparently not more for the Egyptian. So maybe still it's gonna be left for him, because I'm thinking that actually the purple player will be happy with this gold at the top side, and then there are so many of those. So many gold mines. There's one big gold mine for them, another one, and third one. Yeah, you can see the funny spawn outside. It's out of the base for Kotti basically. He's having also plenty of goats at this point already, as he does have interesting position of the front TC right now. This is exactly not his, but Rudo's. The back TC, he already does have the villages in there, so that he can potentially capture it once he gets into the heroic age. But otherwise, the front base is not looking all that shabby. That's also quite nicely positioned front TC that he can easily defend, even if he doesn't want to capture it all that much. As well, how's it looking for our team? Plenty of goats overall, but we should be already coming forward, as Rachti is even advancing, and Rudo is coming through Freya. I'm coming through what? Through Hermes yet again. Plenty of goats for me, and otherwise I should be of course having Hendax, and Pickaxe should be also being researched somewhere. No. Why not? Yeah, there it is right now clicked in. Of course, I thought that would have been weird, because with this build order and advanced time about 5:30, you definitely need to be having resources for all the upgrades that you can potentially get. Okay, so we are coming also for the berries. What are we gonna be right now doing here? Well, looking how I'm actually gonna be fighting against the Egyptian, which did I scout? Well, yeah, I did. Kinda did, because of all those obelisks in there. I should be reasonably knowing that I should be coming for some stables. But let's see if I knew back then, because yet again, as I said, I was terrible. I was really terrible against Egyptians, so I'm really thinking I'm gonna be one of the reasons why actually we might lose if we lose. And I'm really kinda expecting that a bit. And yep, I'm going actually for stables, so I did know what to do. Nice. Let's see on the execution right now, as I'm apparently coming for at least one praying guy on the temple, or is there gonna be a few more? Because I will be apparently coming for a few centaurs here and there for a bit of raiding. As Prosperity is coming forward, that's of course gonna be cast by Rachti, and it was cast on some kind of... It really seemed like that it was actually cast somewhere here. For some reason. Well, he was maybe just looking what his ally is doing. But yeah, well, anyway, where is he gathering all the gold? Already at the bottom, but not exactly a huge amount of villages in there. You can see he's having plenty more at the top. And interestingly, he is only empowering the one at the bottom. He was probably a bit closer there because of the armory. So he just basically quickly switched there, as he needed the timing rather than a few more resources. So he decided it's gonna be a bit more useful for him, as I'm already preparing with all the hippicons that I potentially can. Getting the obelisks down, coming for the gold, of course, in the front as well. And well, am I gonna be having enough? I'm not entirely certain, because looking at this map... Oh well, the idle time with Jason in there. What are you actually carrying? Well, God only knows. And Jason. I'm thinking the Migdol is gonna be coming either here or there, yeah, in there. Well, I'm definitely not gonna be in time to actually disrupt that. As I'm trying to scout, but not really all that effectively. As I'm still right now moving forward, but once I actually discover where the opponent is, it's gonna be way too late. Way too late, and the Migdol is already gonna be finished. As I'm at least forcing him off the position, as Jason is gonna be taken down. the obelisks, and little Hippicon's trying to at least slow down the settlement that might be potentially coming forward. Next, I'm already gonna be under heavy attack pretty soon, as I'm already under aided by Rudo on the foot, which he kinda missed. Oh well, he definitely missed that. He definitely missed that quite fully. So the top side, it seems like there is a bit of a battle, of course, between Vixenek and Koty, as Vixenek is having raiding cavalry, but Koty already mediums. Already mediums at this point, which is of course gonna be meaning that he, as a Poseidon, quite nice base building in there for a bit of artificial walling in there, he should be reasonably fine to defend against anything that he wants to, anything that he encounters. And I'm just right now gonna be switching to my point of view so that I see what I'm gonna be defending against. Well, plenty of raiding going on, of course, right now by purple. I'm also having plenty of idols that just finished with the Caribous in there. As the forest fire is just now cast in the front, and well, is it gonna be helpful? I don't entirely think so, because it seems like it's just gonna be basically right now switching the army away in there, but still a bit more extra damage is dealt to Simons's VTF, but yeah, well, he's gonna be fine in there. He is gonna be just fine. Okay, still having plenty of Epicons. I'm definitely kinda missing the upgrade into mediums from me at this point, so is it coming? Well, not, but I'm not having clicked units, so maybe I'm waiting for that. But what is actually going on with my food economy? Probably nothing, because of the idols that I was having there. Switching into the berries, and otherwise just going for the goats, and not really having that many villages on the food. Not really. Not really indeed. So apparently not coming for the mediums yet. So I'm actually pretty decent army right now of Epicons, as oh well, here we go, Rachti actually casting aggressive ancestors right into the base of Vixenek, who is right now defending against more or less a double of Koty with his ally Rudo, and right now finally he's gonna be held by Simons's, so it's gonna be reasonably fine, but still those ancestors are definitely quite a big problem, because they will be not only keeping the economy a bit stale for Vixenek, but much more important, they're gonna be keeping the army of both my teammates, Vixenek and Simons's, right inside his base, which might be also allowing, oh well, nice raiding by me, bit of a surprise, looking in there. But still, not bad. And what I'm so severely missing, you can see how bad economy I'm having actually. 1000 resources on gold, but no food, so I should be definitely switching goldies into foodies. And well, there seems to be Vixenek also joining with me, and Rudo, well, he's having upgrades. And with the camels on there, of course, as the horsey country units. And right now with Rudo's secondary army catching up with us as well, we definitely need to flee and fight another day. In the meantime, Rachti was able to take the second DC. So, not boding well too much for me. But we haven't really seen Rachti do anything all that significant. He was just basically guarding his base. And maybe concentrating on the TC. So I'm thinking he's just basically biding his time, getting the economy going. And since I'm not really all that much of a problem for him, he kinda figures that he can take the game slowly. Which I kinda have to agree with, looking how I'm playing. It definitely seems that way. As in here, Koty, well, pretty nice army, but Simon says already has also the upgrade into the mediums, and with a few extra units, those militias out of the destroyed buildings, yeah, well, he's gonna be having a bit of an edge, and Koty will have to retreat, even though he is also using the opportunity to attack basically at 2 points at once, and he seems to be doing a pretty good job of that, keeping us inside our bases and not allowing us any kind of raiding opportunities or anything, so they definitely do have the reins in their hands of this game so far. Okay, so a bit of chariot archer raiding. A bit solving my situation with being too heavy on the gold. Like, seriously heavy on the gold right now. 1600 gold, damn it. Damn it, me. Play better. Play better indeed, and still not going for even the mediums in there. But I'm curiously enough actually switching into hoplites. Why am I actually switching into hoplites? Probably I'm thinking against all those chemos. That's probably gonna be the reason. Well, quite heavy raiding, and that's gonna be very efficient. Very efficient by Rudo. He's not gonna be able to escape from that all that much. Well, one of my horses valiantly fighting in there. Yeah, unfortunately he's not gonna be saving anything in here, but this is costly. This is damn costly. About 5-6 villages dead on this raiding, and I'm getting the medium cavalry. Good job me. Good job me indeed, finally. The upgrade should have been there about, I don't know, 3-4 minutes ago. It's finally there. And I'm not having a shabby army actually right now, looking at Rachtis, but he's gonna be having the advantage of population limit. And since I'm not really coming into the second age yet, I mean, just look at that gold just piling up. That so hurts my eyes. They just so hurts my ass. I'm not even having shaft mine. Which basically I'm just having literally too many villages on it. And I'm too lazy to switch. It seems to switch my economy into a bit more useful one. As I even building triple archer ranges at this point. So I'm gonna be spamming absolutely everything that I can. Until I'm popped, which I already am. Which might be even resulting actually into Heroic Age reasonably soon. But still, Rudo is doing definitely a great job on the raiding. He's playing very well. And even though he's like having the lowest score, lowest rating of all the players in this game, he is definitely present exactly where he needs to be. So right now Koty is forced to a bit of a defense. Alright, those prodrome are gonna be an issue right now for Simon Says. As Simon Says is finding himself behind the enemy base with quite a decent army overall, as at the top side Vixenek is also coming forward, trying to see if maybe there's gonna be something to kill, and this seems... maybe this is already gonna be somewhere passable. Let's see. Yeah, it is. That's exactly what actually happened to me in the last game. Exactly what happened to my game happened to me in my last game, and this is gonna be right now problem for Koty. He will have to of course retreat with the units, even though he is still pursuing Simon Says, and he cannot really let him be. He cannot really let him be without any kind of help, as I'm apparently trying to raid as well. Having a bit of fun all across the enemy bases, trying to see if maybe there's something to kill, which is gonna be alleviating the potential pressure on my base. And maybe allowing me to also upgrade into the Heroic Age, which is definitely right now looking like a possibility. I'm gonna be the last one? Actually not. Vixenek, well, our whole team is still in the Classical Age when the opponents are all in the Heroic Age. Well, okay. That definitely seems like a bit of an issue. That might be coming for us, as I'm coming for Apollo. Already, Simon Says is still not advancing, even though he's slowly getting there. You can see the resources are almost there, as he's popped also. And Vixenek, well, quite far away from the upgrade. And he is even housed, like, quite badly, though. Quite badly housed. Finally, right now, noticing that he definitely could use 2 extra houses, so that he is a bit more prepared for the potential armies that are gonna be coming for him, as I'm raiding right into the back into the wood line, which unfortunately is not exactly free picking and free taking, as Rudo does have a few Ulfsarks here and there, and much more importantly, there is the tower. That is of course the problem for me. No extra upgrades for me. For the Ulfsarks, well, they are having the whole baseline already. Already the whole baseline for them. For Vixenek, very nice trading on the gold in there. Is he having something more? Not really. He's only having thundering hoofs. It's actually a very nice raid by him, as there's maybe gonna be a bit more radiant right now coming on from Koty. Definitely could be true, because right now Simon Says is also forced into full-on defensive, as he cannot really fight against this all that much. I'm getting the first Heroic Age from my team in there, and I'm not gonna be able to do anything with that, because right now I'm under raiding. As Vixenek has built the armory, so he's gonna be advancing into Heroic Age as well. But are we gonna be having some kind of good army to defend against potential double that is maybe coming? Because I'm already having a few Hippicons who are apparently trying to raid the gold, even though they are probably not villages anymore. Rather, they weren't villages anymore, so come on. Run away me. I'm having so much gold. I mean, am I building market at least somewhere? Oh well. Yeah. It seems like that Simon Says actually is not under attack, and everybody is switching into me, like I'm having all three all 3 guys at me at once. Well, that's a situation that everybody loves. So what's gonna happen here? He should be able to defend me, at least from Koty at the back. That should be working. In the front though, it's gonna be quite a lot more difficult, because right now, oh man, as Rudo is even coming for the frost, this is looking like a ceasefire situation, to be honest. Especially looking at the longhouse. Well, he's gonna be right on top of me. That's a problem. I was at least able to capture the TC. That's of course significantly important at this stage. But I'm looking if maybe the ceasefire wouldn't have been a nice idea. But I'm probably waiting for flaming weapons from the Thor. Or flaming weapons from the Thor, like what am I talking about? He advanced through Scaris, so like what flaming weapons of course. And we're having 2 ceasefires, and Koty is also having 1 in there on the other side of the map. Simon Says is joining, but it seems like that actually I chose to fight through this. You can see how many reinforcements I'm actually getting all the time from all the military buildings inside my base. And with the help that I'm receiving from Simon Says, who is already having, well, not really heavies. Is he still in the classical? Yeah, he's still in the classical. Still in the classical age. So basically the player with the highest rating, 1930, in the game right now, having the problems getting into Heroic Age. But in vanilla, to be honest, it's not that problematic. it often has a very good reason, but I'm getting low. Only now, really, at 16-17 minutes. Well, okay. Maybe I'm just right now finally switching into farms fully, but I'm also having plenty of idols. And I definitely need the market somewhere, damn it, to buy all the extra resources. Like, why am I not doing that? I really don't see the market anywhere, so I'm, yeah, noobifying on that quite significantly. Quite significantly indeed. As if I could basically buy the resources for all the gold, I could be getting heavy military of all kinds, getting all the upgrades that I could potentially want, but this doesn't look all that promising as at the top at this point. Vixenek is having quite nice 1v1 against Scotty, so it's gonna be probably quite challenging as Scotty is just dropping Migdol, or other Fortress, right on top of him, as his fire is right now being cast by me. As the situation is really getting to the point that I cannot defend at all. Like literally at all, I'm basically just right now sending units to die. Quite significantly, and I'm getting some upgrades somewhere at least. Probably not that much, I'm thinking. Well, building Prodromi against all those horses, but then I will have to support them by Hippospists. Hippospists should be coming, but they are not. Oh well, yeah, this is exactly something that needs to happen. Once you are Norse, and once ceasefire is cast under any circumstance, just spam the buildings. Just spam the buildings. It's curiously enough not something that everybody of Norse players do, or rather does, even of the expert variety. But it's so annoying. Once you are having enemy buildings all around, it not only allows you to spam units into the battlefield basically instantly, but it also binds a lot of fire of the enemy units. For example, archers are just kinda bound to be attacking that. Even normal melee units are gonna be attacking that if they are in the wrong position and don't basically have any kind of unit in line of sight. So it has so many uses. You just shouldn't underestimate that at all. As right now Vixenek is casting Forest Fire at the top, trying to basically just force the army in there. Well, but for that reason, he shouldn't be really fighting from that point. He should be fighting from the bottom to the up. So that was kinda... I kinda see the thinking behind it, but... yeah, well, the physics and overall the gameplay is not exactly conducive to what he was trying to do. As he was so desperately trying to push through the army that he's even fighting beyond, or rather below the fortress, against all those heavy archers in there. With the baseline of upgrades and even bronze hack damage in their armor. That just doesn't have all that much of a reason why it should be working, to be honest. This is such a supreme tactical spot right now for Kotti. Because from here he can probably shoot on the TC. I'm thinking he might be able to do so. How's it looking with his upgrades actually? Pierce damage only, so of course another reason. And oh, I'm getting the meteors. Oh no! Right into my heart, into my food economy. Well, that's pretty problematic as right now. Oh, come on, that was a bad one. There was a lot of houses in there as well. You can see right now how I'm dropping at 75 population limit. Well, I'm kinda screwed anyway. To get my army at 67 with the bronze, that's a nice idea. But unfortunately not able to do anything at all as my front TC has been already stolen. Rakti is even reinforcing that by some Migdol stronghold, and this is not looking very good for us at all. Not at all. Man, we're getting owned. And I am getting owned. As at the top, Vixenek is at least having a bit of an interim before he's under heavy attack by Kotti again. And Golden Ski, this game is from June 2005, so basically 13 years old. And it's vanilla. So yeah, there definitely were a lot of things I could have done better. And actually, I think a lot of things that could have kinda changed the outcome of the game. Not really fully, like that you could be winning, I'm thinking, because at this point it's looking very problematic to win. But I could be at least holding a whole lot better. And give my teammates, especially Simon Says, a whole lot more opportunity to actually be like important in the game. But I really have to say that the player that most stood out to me was definitely Rudo, because all his ratings all across the map were so significantly annoying for basically all of us. And then when Kotti joined with that as well, yeah, well, the problems definitely started. And oh, this TC is gonna be so denied, exactly as Kotti is going for the Radiant, because he really kind of doesn't have to push forward. All he needs to do at this point, sorry, is just basically raid around, Trying to disrupt the opponents and wait for the other side to actually win. At this point it seems like. So Tyr is coming forward, Fimbul Winter coming there, and Wolf is spawning exactly on the main TC again. So I'm gonna be, of course, in much more problem. And I'm just completely flabbergasted and confused. Why am I not building a market and selling, or rather buying, something for the humongous amount of gold? Like, can you see that? I'm having for like 10 minutes. I'm having like 1000 plus gold for 10 minutes of game time, and I haven't done anything with that. That's just so disappointing. It's just so disappointing. That's a lot of resources that could have been gained, or maybe even sent to allies. Well, they didn't really need it, it seems like. Yeah, they didn't really seem to need it. But basically just lopsided economy like this can set you back quite significantly. So yeah, this game, as opposed to the first one, is not gonna be coming my way at all. Even though I was kinda surprised that it took them basically a full-on double, or basically full-on triple. They were all three when they started pushing through me to basically kill me. I was really expecting that Traktiv is just gonna be owning me all together. Maybe he was playing nice to me, because we were really good friends back then in clan, in Nooblex. And we really played quite often together, especially 2v2s. So maybe he was just playing nice on me, because he knew that I suck against Egyptians and I hate playing against them. So maybe that was part of it, and yeah, well, in the end it didn't really matter. I wasn't able to do anything significant to somehow win the game or anything. But objectively, against the double triple, that didn't seem like I was having all that much of a chance to actually do anything, even if I played better. Anyway, that was nicely done by the opponent. It was a really nice game. I really liked the raiding. That was really nice to see. I guess I had different idea back then when we were playing the game. But it has to be admired, really, because it was on point and all across us. And it was just slowing us down, exactly as it should be. So, in the post game, that's gonna be Rudo having the highest score, most deservedly. I really think he was the best player. Even though he was having the lowest rating, curiously enough. He was the one with actually 1700, right? He has 1769, whereas Simon Says was the one with the best, 1931. All the rest of us were about 1800 plus. So it's kind of curious. Maybe it was some kind of smurf. Definitely could be. Definitely could be, but who knows. Economy very good for Rudo as well. He was in the pocket, so usually if you are not raided, which they really weren't. We were trying to raid, but they were definitely much more effective at that. Much more effective at that. Well, that's one hell of an advantage in the economy, though. If you look at that, much better. Kotti was also having good eco, but from an expert player like him. If you are wondering what actually Nef is a short for, it's Neophyte. It was a Czech clan from the olden days, started in Age of Empires 2. He won several tournaments in Czech Republic, and he was really very good, even on the international scene. If you mention name Kotti in AOC community, all the players will, I'm thinking all of them will remember who it is, rather who he is. He was really good. And he also played Age of Empires 3 and basically all the games at quite good level of competency. Quite good level of competency. So was I actually good at anything? No, I was having terrible economy. Can you see that? How far behind I was behind everybody? Man. Well, especially the food is bad. Because you could have seen the gold, I didn't really need it all that much. So I definitely should have switched into food, which would allow me a bit better boom and better upgrades. So yeah, it's just basically kind of steamrolls. Once you are making one mistake in the game, like for example overdoing it on gold, it just basically snowballs into all the other parts. Because you just start missing resources, start missing the other resources for the upgrades, and that means that you're gonna be slow on getting the other thingies as well. So yeah, just one mistake leads to another. That's the story of Age of Empires and Age of Mythology games. Not really that efficient right now, Simon Says in there. You can see 109, 54. I was even slightly better at that. Not hugely better, but at least slightly. But Rudo, that's the efficient guy. 111 against 130 killed and only 80 lost. Damn. Damn. And Rachti, well, that was also nice. 70 against 115, 47 lost. And Kotti, that was the only one who actually wasn't all that efficient against 103, against 88. But it was also because he wasn't taking all that many engagements, like heavy engagements in battles. He was mostly raiding, or at the end, kind of avoiding battles and just letting the other side win for him, looked like. Yeah, kind of normal advances all around. I really didn't understand the start on the 7 villages though. It really seemed like some kind of mistake. Really not sure what I was thinking there. Really not sure at all. Oh yeah, this is the triple time. And it all started going very badly for me. You can see the raiding on losing the villages and everything. Just went hand in hand. And Rachti, who was just basically right now booming without any kind of problem at all. And once Egyptian booms without any kind of counterplay, that is a problem. And oh well, that was a massacre. Okay, GG.